Well, good morning, Frances. Thank you very much for welcoming Regulation Matters here to the Queen Mary Legal Advice Centre in Mile End. I'm here with Frances Ridout, who is the Deputy Director of QMLAC, if that's how we use the acronym. So, Frances, could you tell us a little bit about Queen Mary's Legal Advice Centre?
We are a first-tier free community legal advice centre based here in the Law Department of Queen Mary University. So we deliver free advice to members of the public during term time, and that advice is delivered by undergraduate law students. But the undergraduate law students act under the supervision of volunteer barristers and solicitors who come down to the centre. Okay. So we're about trying to bring together the local community who need advice, students who can gain valuable learning experience from having what's often their first client, and lawyers who want to do pro bono work as well.
Okay, excellent, thank you. So can you tell me the types of areas of law that the lawyers are offering advice over?
So each individual lawyer tends to come down to do one area, but as a centre we cover quite a few. We have a general project that would deal with landlord and tenant matters, consumer matters, contract and employment law. We also have criminal advice that we deliver, and family law advice and immigration advice. And then we have some specific projects. So we have company law, that's an area we cover, and a project called Law for the Arts. That's where budding musicians, sculptors, artists, anyone working in the arts can come and get free intellectual property law advice to help them. We have a project called Law for Forces, where members of the armed forces or their family, or whether they're serving or have previously served, can come and get legal advice. And we have a specific project called Pink Law, where members of the LGBT community can get family law or immigration law advice and some help with discrimination matters. And that's where the issue that they're seeking advice on relates to their membership of the LGBT community.
Okay. We've
also got perhaps our most well-known project called SPITE, which is an acronym for Sharing and Publishing Images to Embarrass. That's a project where we advise victims who have been the victim of what we know as revenge porn, so they've had an intimate image shared. And we work very closely with the Revenge Porn Helpline on that project.
Great, so it's very diverse then.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I saw when I came into reception you've got lots of lovely awards and certificates on the wall of national recognition really, so thank you very much for all you're doing. Could you tell us where a member of the public could hear about your services?
So we're about to go into our 11th year as a local advice centre here in Tower Hamlets. So a lot of it is word of mouth. Sometimes we get repeat clients or their friend has been advised. But what we do is sort of around September time each year, we do quite a heavy canvassing drive to other organisations where people might go to. So for example, we work very closely with Stonewall, and they might refer somebody who they think could benefit from our Pink Law project.
Okay.
And the Revenge Porn Helpline and SPITE, as I've already said. So we do give posters and leaflets to centres, courts, and doctors' surgeries as well is another place we find that people will sit looking at a notice board for a while.
Yeah, we've all been there. But great, thank you. So could you tell me what is the process for a member of the public then approaching you and actually receiving that advice from you the minute they walk through the door for their first appointment?
Yeah, so ordinarily clients would get in contact with us either through our email address, we have an online web form, or by calling our number, and then a member of the team will get back to them. That member of the team will take a short summary of their case to see if it's the type of case we can deal with, whether it's the type of case our students are able to deal with, and our volunteer lawyers. If it is, they'll be booked in for an appointment at another date. We don't do a drop-in service, so it's all by appointment in advance. And then a conflict check is done with the solicitor or barrister. Everyone's got slightly different boundaries that they like to work within, so we try to accommodate that. After that, a client will attend on their appointment. It will be a student-led appointment where the student will be essentially interviewing the client to gain a greater understanding of the facts of the case. The supervising lawyer will also be in the room, will play a back seat. And then the advice is actually given in writing 14 days after the appointment.
Okay, so very much the initial session face-to-face with the student is a fact-finding. What is the problem or the issue?
Yeah.
What are the core bits of information that you need to then follow up with written advice afterwards, and that's checked by a lawyer before it is sent out?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that's great, thank you. And if I was a lawyer thinking about volunteering to offer pro bono services, how would I go about getting to work for you? Have you got a waiting list, or you're always looking for more?
We are always open to being approached by people who want to get involved. Sometimes people might come to us with expertise in an area that we're not sure to do, so then we're not able to work with them. Equally, if we have an excess of lawyers in that area, but we are always open to people coming to us. We tend to work with law firms or chambers, and then they will send down people on a kind of rota basis. But we do also have some individuals who just want to get involved in pro bono. And quite often what's nice now is alumni, students who've got qualified and come back and want to get involved. And if somebody comes to us with expertise in an area of law that we don't cover, we're also quite open to thinking about whether that's something we could branch into as well.
Okay, well thank you very much for your time. It's been really interesting to hear about the services that you offer, and it's fantastic work you're doing. There'll also be an accompanying article on the Regulation Matters page that you're viewing this video from, which will talk about pro bono in general and signpost you to the National Pro Bono Centre and other areas where you could look for legal advice from law centres such as the Queen Mary. So thank you very much, Frances, and catch up with you soon.
Indeed.
Thank you.